One of the great stories of Genesis includes this question. Am I my brother's keeper? As an attempt to get off the hook. Perhaps some of you remember that story. Victory understands that the answer to that question is yes, as a matter of fact. We are each other's keeper. And the more deeply we understand that, and the more fully we live into the truth of that, the better this whole world becomes.
I was first introduced to the Victory when my wife and I served as executive directors at Holden Village, a Lutheran retreat center up off Lake Chelan. The Victory was one of the periodicals that made its way into our good library. And this Western Washington boy, you know, the dark side, began to learn about Eastern Washington and the unique life that we share here. I was hooked. But of course, that isn't the reason that I'm with you this morning. I'm here because I'm still hooked and continue to be deeply grateful to Mary Stamp and the hundreds of volunteers who have made the Victory a critical resource for the faith community in Eastern Washington. The heart of that gratitude has to do with the credible and trustworthy reporting that appears in the Victory. So let me share with you a little bit of Lutheran theology that goes to this point. When Brother Martin Luther wrote his large and small catechisms for use in the home, he included the 10 Commandments and his own explanation of their meaning. Here he addresses the 8th commandment. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. What does this mean? We are to fear and love God so that we do not tell lies about our neighbors, betray or slander them, or destroy their reputations. Instead, we are to come to their defense, speak well of them, and interpret everything they do in the best possible light. Speak well of them, and interpret everything they do in the best possible light. Isn't that an amazing countercultural word in this day that we live in? Isn't that a worthy goal in this charged political environment of invective and demagoguery and hate speech of so many different kinds? And isn't that exactly one of the reasons why we read the Victory? It's not as if the Victory doesn't have an editorial point of view. But what an amazing thing that a contemporary media source in print and online can have a point of view without becoming ugly and ideologically skewed. I think we read the Victory for its fundamental goodwill, its capacity to report news and seek the range of voices weighing in on the issues that we face together as a community of faith. This goodwill is most often expressed in extended interviews where we learn about the people that we admire. That the Victory does this month in, month out, meaning good, meaning to build up our community, meaning well for each person, is a remarkable achievement. And it is exactly why many of us are here today. So thank you, Victory, for creating this community in hard days and for making us all look good. Thank you, friends, for being that community of goodwill.